Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs here in Las Vegas. After a fantastic 26-6 year, we are entering the Stanley Cup playoffs facing the Winnipeg Jets. Just going to briefly go over the season point total as well as the standings. So we actually finished 4th in the NHL, 2nd in the Western Conference behind the Dallas Stars, Toronto, and in Ottawa, who won the President's Trophy. We had a big year from our leadership group. Max Pacioretty and Alex Pietrangelo assistant captains, and Mark Stone, our captain. 41 goals for Pacioretty. Both him and Stone were over a point per game. Pietrangelo, 74 points as a defenseman and a plus 16. Nugent Hopkins had a good year. Sam Steele. I'm just going to go down the list. Payne Krebs there, 46 points in 82 games. He's in 83. Cody Glass in 84, 42 points. Just going to go down the list now so you guys can see the rest of the players. Nick Hague was in his rookie season, was a +1. And in goal, Robin Lehner was 45, 22, and 5 with 6 shutouts, and 911 save percentage, and 254 goals against. So as I like to do before every series is take a look at the other team's lines. So we'll look at our opponent, the Winnipeg Jets. Let's look at their team. So they have Nikolai Ehlers, Mark Scheifele, and Patrick Laine. So I had started his franchise mode prior to the Laine trade, so he's still in the Winnipeg Jets. But both Scheifele and Laine, 81 overall. Little there with Connor and Wheeler. Chiasson with Rosovic and Vesalainen. Gustafsson, Perfetti, and Forsström on the fourth line. So they have a lot of depth. Morrissey, Pionk, Stanley Myers, Forbort, and Michael Stone. And I assume they still have Hellebuck. Yes, 87 overall, Connor Hellebuck in net. They do have a 74 backup. If somehow we can chase Hellebuck out of the game, we could potentially have a big night there against their backup. But this Winnipeg Jets team is very good. So we're going to start off the playoffs here. We're playing at home at the T-Mobile Arena. Here we go. Period number 1, it is 1-0 Winnipeg. Forsström scores on Leonard there. After 2, we do not tie. It's still 1-0 Winnipeg. We're being outshot 29-19, but it doesn't matter because Max Pacioretty, speaking of that leadership group, and then Cody Glass there on the third line gets a big goal for us. There you go. Puts us up ahead 2-1. And then Max Pacioretty with the insurance goal. A big 3-1 win. 3 unanswered goals in the third period. And we're up 1-0 against the Winnipeg Jets. Going into game number 2 now. Let's hopefully get a deep playoff run. I would love that. Potentially bring the first Stanley Cup to Vegas. And oh my goodness, Patrick Laine and Vesalainen just decided to score 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of the period. But Nick Hague with a big playoff goal, his first, and he cuts the lead to 1. And still made the first 3-2. So William Karlsson tied it. Brian Little scored there on Leonard. So actually 5 goals in the first. Simulate the second period 4-3. Kovalchuk and Scheifele. Let's simulate the third period. Here we go, guys. Hopefully we can come back and tie this one. Only 10 minutes to go, and Scheifele gets another goal for him. Oh, man, Scheifele's so good. That top 6 is insane. And then 6-3, Kyle Connor. We make it interesting, 6-4, Cody Glass with another goal. But we unfortunately drop game number 2. I'm actually going to go over the lines. I actually forgot to do that in the start of the episode, just in case you guys aren't familiar. So we have Nugent Hopkins, Carlson, and Marchessault as our first line. The second line actually has a +5. Pacioretty, Steele, and Stone. Payne Krebs, Cody Glass, and Tuck on the third. Kovalchuk, Rask, and Troy Terry on the fourth. JB and Alex Pietrangelo have a +3 as the first offensive pairing. Vanden and Theodore have a +3 at the second. And then Nick Hague and Jacob Larson. And we have 87 Robin Lehner in net. Oscar Dons is the backup. Just a quick look at the power play units. They both have a +1. So now that that is out of the way, let's continue our playoff road. And we're going from Las Vegas, where it is pretty warm, and we're heading into Winnipeg in April, where it's absolutely freezing. But Jacob Larson doesn't care about the cold. He scores 1-0, and then Jonathan Marchessault answers, and then Max Pacioretty. Look at that. 3 goals in the first 4 minutes. Laine gets 1, the sniper. Pionk gets 1. This is going to be a barn burner. Already 5 goals. We're not even done the first period. 4-2. Payne Krebs gets a goal. We get Hellebuck out of the net. Let's go. We get his backup is now in net. Hopefully we can have a big second period. 6-2. Pacioretty and William Karlsson. Let's summate the rest of the game. We end up winning 6-2. Look at that. Pacioretty had 2 goals for us. Big night for him. And we are commanding 6-2 win. We chase Hellebuck out of the net. Hopefully we rattle his confidence enough that we can repeat that in game number 4. This is either going to be a 2-2 series or a 3-1 series lead. After 1, 3-0. Jake Bean, Max Pacioretty, and Alex tucks it in the net. See what I did there? Period number 2, 4-0. Troy Terry. And after 3, 7-2. The touchdown and the point after is good. The boys are ready for the Super Bowl and they're putting up football points right now. 7-2 and 6-2. The boys score 13 goals in 2 games. You absolutely love to see it. We're heading back to Vegas. We demolished the Jets on their home ice. Let's see if we can finish this off in Vegas at home. Game number 5. We're up 3-1 after 1. It is 2-1 for Vegas. Karlsson and Kovalchuk. Blake Wheeler gets 1 for them after 2. 3-3. They're making it interesting. Wheeler against Scheifele. Jacob Larson, he's been pretty good in these playoffs for us. The slow sim the third period here. Shots are pretty much even. Goals are even. And Cole Perfetti on the fourth line gets a big goal for Winnipeg Jets. But Mark Stone, the captain. And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And then Michael Stone scores. The 2 Stones have scored. Oh my God, look at that. 5-5 in game number 5. Are we going to head into overtime? Only a couple of minutes to go, but no, Jacob Larson. Thank you very much, Anaheim. 6-5, and the Vegas Golden Knights are off to round number 2. Shea Theodore has 9 points in 5 games. I think he's still worthy of the thumbnail. What do you guys think? All right, so that was a pretty interesting round number 1. We're facing off against the Arizona Coyotes in round number 2. From Winnipeg to Arizona, we go from W to A in alphabetical order. Taylor Hall, Clayton Keller, who's a 90 overall, and Connor Garland. I'm a big fan of Connor Garland. I've actually followed him since he was in juniors with the Moncton Wildcats at a QMJHL. He put up like 125 to 128 points in back-to-back years. So he had like 250 some points in 2 years. It was absolutely insane, and he was dominating the QMJHL. And I'm happy that he's producing in Arizona. As you guys can see here, he had 22 goals last year, 18 goals in the sim this year. So pretty happy to see him succeed. Nick Schmaltz and Wayne Simmons is off to Arizona, and Kasperi Kapanen, a couple of former Maple Leafs together. Christian Fisher, Christian Dvorak, and Barrett Hayton. Then Zach Aston-Reese, Sean Corrali, and Kiefer Sherwood. Great last name for a hockey guy. Egman Larson, Jacob Chikrin, Nick Jomason, and then Will Butcher's there. John Merrill and Christian Juice. And in goal, they have Cal Pedersen. All right, so former LA King. He's up to 89 overall. Elite goaltender. He has some fantastic numbers so far. Aiden Hill is his backup. So so it's going to be a battle of the desert. Las Vegas versus Arizona. We do have home ice advantage. Going to go into game number 1. Hopefully we can repeat what we did against Winnipeg. Period number 1, 0-0. We're out shooting them 15-6. Over twice as much. Look at that. After 2, 1-0. So it looks like Pedersen is playing very well in net for them. William Karlsson gets a goal for us. Going to slow sim the third period. Hopefully we can hold on to this lead, because looking at the shots, looks like we're controlling the game. A big penalty kill, and then they kill off our penalty. And Taylor Hall, look at his shots, 39-19, and we're going into overtime. All right, so I guess I'm just going to jump into the OT right now. 41-21, and you gotta be joking. Christian Fisher, we outshot them twice as much, 44-22, and they win 2-1. Man, Pedersen, he was unreal in net for them. He stole the game number 1. I mean, a goaltender can steal the series if he's red hot like that. Let's jump back. let's jump into this series once again. Back in game number 2, Cody Glass gets 2 goals. There you go. Wayne Simmons got 1 after 2. 3-1. Sam Steele gonna go into the third period. Can we see a Cody Glass hat trick? We have a 5-on-3 and we can't score. Oh my, look at that. Goaltender is on fire on the other end. Even though we have 3 goals, we have 33 shots. And Sammy Vatanen gets a big goal. And Ilya Kovalchuk, that should seal the deal for us. 5-1 win. We have 36 shots in game number 2. I mean, we're having close to like 80 shots in 2 games. This is insane. Only scored 6 goals in 2 games. But when you look at the amount of shots... All right, we got a win in Arizona now. Period number 1, 1-0 Nick Schmaltz. Period number 2, 2-1 for them. Keller and then Sam Steele gets 1 for us. Now Arizona's the ones that's out shooting us. All right, looks like the ties have turned. It looks like home ice advantage has a big factor. We're in the virtual world. There's fans in the arena. It's full, jam-packed. And Shea Theodore ties it up with almost 5 minutes to go. It looks like we're maybe going into another overtime. Just going to slow sim. And another overtime loss. Eamon Larson, less than a minute in. He scores for Arizona. We're actually down 2-1 against the Coyotes. A couple of overtime losses. We were scoring 5 to 7 goals against Winnipeg. And we're having trouble scoring more than 3 here. Period number 1, 1-0 Taylor Hall. Period number 2, 2-1. Hall once again in OEL. Pacioretty gets 1 for us. This is almost a must win. We can't go down 3-1 in round number 2. They kill off our power play we had. Look at that. 3-1. Only 8 minutes to go. Wake up, boys. Where are all the goals you were scoring against Winnipeg? I mean, did they... Oh, Christian Dvorak. That's probably going to be it. Yep. The boys scored all the goals they had in them in round number 1. And we're going dry in round number 2. Game number 5. We're down 3-1. We got a almost reverse sweep. Then we got to win the next 3. It starts in Las Vegas. 1 shift at a time. Period number 1. Clayton Keller after 2. 3-3. So we still have life. Peyton Krebs, Jake Bean, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. The couple of Christians there, Fisher and Dvorak score for them. Going to slow sim in the third period. This potentially could be the last period of the year. I don't want that. The boys don't want to go home. They don't want to go down without a fight. And Connor Garland, I was speaking highly of him earlier, and he's going to score against us. All right, I see how it is. 4 minutes, 3, 2, and that is all she wrote, guys. The Vegas Golden Knights are eliminated in round number 2 by the Arizona Coyotes. You hate to see it after such a dominant performance against Winnipeg. Shea Theodore over a point per game. You love to see it. Looks like the Henderson Silver Knights got eliminated in round number 1. I'll probably do the draft in this episode since it was an early playoff exit. Then do the offseason in the next episode. So Theodore there, 11 points. Stone only 1 goal. All of the rest of his points were assists. He still was a point per game. Pacioretty had 6. Kovalchuk there, Steele. Glass had 6 points. Krebs had 5. Hopefully some of these young guys can grow in the offseason. Let's look at goaltending. So 5, 3, and 2 for Leonard. He wasn't great in the playoffs, I'll be honest, although he was very good in the regular season for us. We still have him for another couple of years. Only making $5 million, so it's a pretty solid deal for an 87 goaltender for sure. Let's take a look who won the Stanley Cup. And the Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup. The Levi Rocket win the Calder Cup. All right. So the Anaheim Ducks actually win the draft lottery, so good for them. They finish last. They get number 1. Pittsburgh goes from 10 to 3. So they have a lottery pick. Wow, that's crazy. Let's look at retired players. So Jason Spezza calls it a career. Almost 1,000 points. He was 10th shy. Corey Perry, Dustin Brown, Keith Yandel, Zajac Filppula. A couple of other big names there. And in goal, Craig Anderson calls it a career. Jimmy Howard as well. Matt Collini. All right, so let's take a look at the awards here. to see. So the Carolina Hurricanes won the Cup. The President's Trophy went to Ottawa. They actually beat the Arizona Coyotes. So they were actually the Western Conference champions. After they beat us, they beat Nashville in 6. Hurricanes beat Arizona in 6. Arizona in 5. They beat the Lightning in 5. They beat the Flyers in 7. And the Blue Jackets in 4. So congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes, second Stanley Cup in franchise history. Let's take a look at the individual awards now. So Art Ross goes to Tyler Seguin as well as the Hart. The Norris goes to Morgan Riley. Lady Bing to Gaudreau, who's now on the Stars. And Carey with the Calder. Conn Smythe to Andrei Svechnikov. Vezina to Jacob Markstrom. Second year in a row, might I add. Murray with the William M. Jennings. Bill Masterton to Zadorov. The Blue Jackets coach Jack Adams. Selke went to Bergeron. Should be either him or O'Reilly, honestly. Even Couturier. Lindsay with the Sagan trophy. Yep, I just said that. Sagan with the Ted Lindsay and with the Maurice Rocket Richard. So Tyler Sagan, he always says well every time. I mean, I should do a Dallas franchise mode sometime. That guy always seems well. All right, let's jump into the NHL entry draft. Let's see what pick we have. It is going to be a late pick, number 25. All right, so we have 25th pick in round number 1, and it looks like we'll have 25th pick. So we have 25th and 50. Let's take a look quickly at the draft class. So only 3 medium elites. It is not a deep draft. Okay, that's pretty rare to see that. Let's take a look at 25, what we could potentially have. A lot of unknowns. Yeah, it's not a deep draft. It's going to be a lot of basically shots in the dark. I would like to get Miroslav Panik in round number 2. He's scouted to go 60. We have 50. He's only 17 years old, but he's huge. 6'4", 207 pounds. Similar style, none. ETA 3 years. Could be a low top 4, so definitely going to take him. It's going to assimilate to my pick, see who went first. So it is Turner, 78 medium elite. 73 and 73. Yeah, that is not a deep draft at all. So, I mean, I'm kind of glad that if it's a draft, we're not going to finish high, that it's a draft like this. Imagine somebody like trading for first overall and just getting a 73. I mean, it's going to be a good player, but compared to some other drafts where it's like an 80 plus. All right, so round number 1, we have a couple of options. Honestly, I would like to get one of these guys that could be medium elite. There's Timo Martikainen. He's a Finn. Looks like it's 5 years away at 18. This guy is 17. He's a right winger. Chance Bonvie. These two guys, they're Kim Pettersson and Will Sauer. Pettersson's a goaltender. Sauer's a left winger. Let's look at his numbers. Pretty good numbers, but his win-loss were 10 and 10 in the SHL. He's 18, 5 years away. Will Sauer, he's a left winger, 6'2", 202. Goal scoring strength, so he could potentially be a sniper, similar to Max Pacioretty. I mean, that's a sign, guys. That's a sign we need to take him. He is 3/4 of the way of our scheme fit. ETA is 3 years, so we're gonna take him. Will Sauer out of Schwenninger Wild Wings, out of the Dell. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but Wild Wings, that's a pretty cool name. Will Sauer, welcome to Vegas. 65 medium, top 6. Honestly, one of the better picks since the top 5. I am not upset. Honestly, one of the better picks in the past few picks of the draft. Not upset at all. Similar to round number 2 at 56. Hopefully the guy that we wanted is still available. Oh, we have Radek Plekanec. He could be... He's guaranteed low elite. He's a left defenseman. I'm going to get Radek Plekanec, who's a guaranteed low elite at 17 years old. Let's take him, and he's 62 low elite. I'm going to try to get Ottawa's pick, 58th overall. I'm going to try to get the guy that's a gem that's guaranteed below top 4. I'm going to try to trade him Victor Rask, who's making 2.3 for another 2 years. It's only an 80 overall in the 4th line. I'm going to try to get them our 3rd for this year. It's just going to go through. Trade is accepted. All right, so we get rid of Rask's contract. That is awesome. We can get a 2-way guy for pretty much the same overall. So I'm going to simulate the pick of the Dallas Stars. So they take Conklin, low, top 6, 63 overall. So we have the choice here of these two guys, but I want to take Miroslav Panik. He's 17. He's the guy we were looking at earlier. He's a guaranteed low top 4 defenseman. He's a gem. And he's 62 low top 4 out of the draft. And we have a 62 low elite. So we have a couple of young defensive studs. I'm really happy with that drafting we did right there. A lot of defensemen and goalies in this draft. And I'm going to take Jeff Walton here. He's 18. He's 5 years away, I think, but he could be low elite. I would like to get some more forwards. So he's 51 low elite. It's a pretty low overall, but low elite potentially. He's a power forward, so I'll take that pick. So we had a very strong first part of the draft, especially with Plekanec and Panic. We got Sauer as well. So pretty happy for those first few picks. And in the next episode, we will be doing the re-sign phase. I'm just going to go quickly and see what the status is of the team, how much cap space we'll have to work with. I'm just going to go into that, see quickly. So it looks like we're going to have to re-sign Pacioretty. He's going to want $7.8 million there for 2 years. We have $21 million of cap space left, so that's quite a lot. Don't think I'll bring back Vatanen at that price. $6 million for 3 years for an 83 overall. Kovalchuk is still 82. He wants $2.3 million. He did have 13 goals last year. I mean, could actually maybe be on our third line. His shooting is still insane. Where would he fit? Doesn't show. But yeah, maybe I could have him even on the third line if he stays in 82. As for the younger guys, I didn't quite look at that. So Krebs and Seal, Glass, they're all 84 overall. And then Nick Haggy, 79. We're going to have to re-sign him. And of course, in goal, Leonard is still inked up. We still have a few of our prospect goaltenders, so we'll have to make a few choices on who we keep and who we send out. Leonard did drop to an 86, so in a few years, we will need a new goaltender, but hopefully the re-sign phase goes well and maybe get a couple of guys in free agency that could help our team. So if you guys enjoyed, do leave a like. We'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any of the content. I'm going to have some more franchise modes on the side as well. I'm going to be doing one of the best 23 and under players in the NHL. If you guys missed it, I did Team North America and Team Europe. So definitely go check that out. But thank you guys for watching. As always, have a great day.